Bitcoin has just measured its lowest volatility in 644 days. And while this is playing out, obviously we are trading in a massive consolidation phase, which is most certainly about to be breaking out here. And on today's update video, I want to be talking exactly about these historical patterns we are right now creating in the market. Of course, what this low volatility historically means on Bitcoin. And of course, what we could be expecting after sustainable long periods of low volatility and what is likely to be happening afterwards. Of course, I'm going to be talking about the worst start for the dollar index since 1973 here. I will be giving a big update, of course, on my multi-million-dollar Ethereum trade I'm currently running. There's some big news for Bybit, and much more important stuff will be getting discussed on today's update video, including my big Ethereum trade, where I just want to give a big update for. So don't forget to once again watch this video till the end. It's going to be an absolutely banger of a video, so don't forget to once again slap on the like button. Back above 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated. And to kick off the video, first of all, let me quickly discuss the Ethereum flows here, because yesterday again we had a new day of trading, and straight away we had some nice inflow on the Bitcoin ETF, but also on the Ethereum ETF we saw once again another $31 million flowing in towards the ETF. And of course, if we're still looking at that liquidation heat map, we can see there's a ton of liquidity being built up above us and nothing is laying below us. So the expectation is really that most certainly Bitcoin is going to be moving towards the upside to grab out liquidity any moment soon here. Because one thing is for sure that I've learned from all my time on trading crypto is that Bitcoin always follows the liquidity. And I mean, if I'm looking at the 4-hourly time frame, I can just clearly identify the big levels of resistance very easily. First of all, we're creating this downward sloping consolidation phase with lower highs, lower lows, and we're just trading in this bull flag kind of pattern. And yes, if I'm also looking over here at this horizontal level resistance, you can just clearly identify that this is the most important level of resistance to be breaking. And of course, whenever we do break above this level, I am personally expecting we're going to be flying up towards new all-time highs in a very quick pace here. And of course, Ethereum is most likely going to be following at that point as well here. But currently, still, if we're just zooming in here, we're trading in this bigger consolidation pattern. You can see that we're right now also trading on this very important level of support. We've bounced from off this level multiple times before as well. Currently, we were once again retesting this exact level. And just ultimately, you can see that this level we're currently retesting has previously around also acted as major support, resistance, here also support, here resistance, support, and once again is acting as support right now here. So this is for sure a critical level for Bitcoin. And of course, I've talked many times about it already, but we're creating a major bull flag pattern, which of course, if we're going to be breaking out, has got an insane price target towards the upside, because yeah, the flag pattern is actually a very big one. The target is all the way up to about $136,000, which ultimately is also my top bull market prediction, 136 to about $140,000. So yeah, that is of course an absolutely insane trade here. And please make sure to watch the video to the end, because I've got a very big update on Ethereum where I'm currently looking at. But first, guys, like you maybe know if you've been watching my videos, I have currently got a big trade running on Ethereum. I'm in about $355,000 in profit right now. But if you want to be trading once again on Bybit, starting today, if you're living in Europe, you can start to use Bybit again here, because Bybit got their official license in Europe. And if you right now want to start trading on Bybit, guys, you can do so if you use the highest link description of today's video. You will get a free $30 by signing up here, and up to $5,000 in spot rewards with some deposits, like you can see over here on this landing page. So make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video. Bybit is of course by far the best exchange out there, and from now on you can start trading in Europe again with their official license. So yeah, it's a fully regulated exchange in Europe right now here. So if you're interested in that, check it out in the link description of today's video. Further on, I want to be discussing, of course, some other very big charts and patterns, right? Of course, the bull flag pattern where we're currently looking at is very similar like the one we got before back in 2024. But also what I want to be talking about, this consolidation where we're currently in looks very similar towards the consolidation from 2021 onwards to 2024 here. Only the time frame this time around is a little bit smaller. So very interesting to see what we're seeing over there here. But of course, also what is a very interesting fact is that right now the US dollar is off to its worst start since 1973 here. And of course, you can see the dollar index is absolutely plummeting. That is exactly what Donald Trump wants here, because as the dollar is cheaper, it makes it cheaper to invest into the United States of America. And of course, what Trump wants there is to attract more capital. So it's a very interesting strategy he currently has there. And so far, it is actually working quite good here. And of course, as well, as the dollar index starts to dump here, historically, it is very good for Bitcoin and other asset prices because all other asset prices are calculated against the dollar. And then, of course, I quickly want to be talking about the lowest point of volatility in 644 days on Bitcoin. You can see it over here on this chart here. This is the historical Bitcoin volatility index. And yeah, I mean, it has been very, very boring lately. And we can clearly see it from the readings of the volatility index. So yeah, we have seen the lowest reading in 644 days. And historically, after we see these low readings, Bitcoin tends to see very big volatility afterwards. And of course, if I'm overlaying the Bitcoin chart here, the last time around, it was so boring. It was over here back in 2023 here in this boring consolidation phase. But after that, we got a big rally higher. So that was, of course, eventually very nice here. And of course, in these periods of low volatility, usually people do lose their interest. And whenever people do lose their interest, it is usually a good time to be buying because, yeah, when no one is paying attention, you want to obviously pay attention, right? So and that is exactly what we've been seeing. Of course, also the M2 money supply continuously keep on increasing as more money is getting printed. Eventually, Bitcoin is going to be following. I mean, we have already seen the perfect liquidity grab on the lower side. And of course, we do know liquidity is currently piling up above us. I've already discussed my price target, but now I quickly want to be saying some things about ETH here. Because ETH perfectly bounced from that lower side of support. And that is, of course, exactly where I opened up my trade, right? On that lower side of support, I opened my trade over there. It went a little bit deeper, like you can see on this wick here. But ultimately, it was a good entry I got over there. And then now, Ethereum is starting to rebound here. Of course, I believe that if you're looking at the weekly time frame, this is the level to be breaking, this gray box of resistance. But you can clearly see we've already seen a lot of sells happening around this level. But whenever we do see the confirmation of the breakup of this level, I think ultimately $4,000 is quite a realistic target. But of course, there's going to be some more resistance along the way up here, like this level right here, $2,900. This is also approximately the level where we got rejected from last time around here. But more importantly, Ethereum created that perfect fake out on the lower side, also on the top side, and it's back in this consolidation pattern. And personally, for my trade here, I've got some take profit targets on the top side of the region, and then of course also on the top side of $3,000. So yeah, these are my targets I currently have for ETH, and you can see this fractal also once again playing out here. I mean, we have seen these fake out patterns getting created so much more times already here. And once again, I won't be surprised it's going to be playing out exactly the same like it has done before as well here. So we do see Ethereum balance of accumulation is going absolutely exponential. We're seeing also that there are a lot of short positions getting loaded up right now here. Maybe this is a bad thing. Maybe this is a good thing. But for sure, if we're going to be squeezing towards the upside, all these positions are going to get squeezed out here. So that is ultimately very bullish. Also, the the Bitcoin dominance chart is hitting big resistance. And if Bitcoin is really going to be seeing this breakout up towards $140,000, I can guarantee you one thing, and is that altcoins are most likely going to be running very strong here. So yeah, this is all we're seeing right now here. I put my money where my freaking mouth is here. I believe Ethereum is about to be having an insane run here. And I mean, on the short term as well, you can start to see it's coiling up right here, creating an upper sloping support line, down sloping resistance. And whenever it's going to be breaking outside of this region, it's going to be flying hot here towards the upside. So guys, this is it for me on today's video. Don't forget to check out Bybit if you're in Europe, because you can sign up an account again here. You can start trading over there again here. Please make sure to check it out here. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.